And more Zambonis. No.
Ah, more zombies. Time for the double-barrel boy. Hopefully for the last time.
Speaking of which, just as a sort of pointless off-to-the-side topic, there's that Wayne Gretzky versus Tony Hawk epic rap battle of history, where, let's see, what Wayne says is, what is his first line? Boy, that first verse was rough. Damn, Tony. So let me smooth it out like I'm a damn Zamboni. And I feel like that part is a little bit weird, because why can't he just say, so let me smooth it out like I'm a Zamboni? Because that flows a little bit better, or maybe not better, but at least it, like, matches the syllables of the first verse. And it doesn't say damn twice in a row, needlessly. But if they can find an excuse to throw in more swearing, they do. As is evident with that Thomas Jefferson, Frederick Douglass one. Like, there was a lot of unnecessary swearing in that one. Like, well, it's never really necessary, but it felt much less necessary in that one, like it was forced. And a lot of people didn't like that one, which I agree with. But Thomas Jefferson's first verse is kind of awesome. Of course, I don't know music terms. I don't know if verse is the right phrasing. Okay, there's the bat. You know what, at this point I should just die on purpose, because this is the beginning of a very long part of the game that has no checkpoints. What you're supposed to do at this point is bring a key to the door, then discover that it's not the right door, a path opens up, you get a different key, which is also the wrong key, and then another path opens up, and you get another key, and that is the right door, and then you finally get saved at a new checkpoint. And I'm sure that there are complaints about this part too, like it's the worst checkpointing in the game. But I think it's actually a really good idea for a part that's supposed to be scary to not have very many checkpoints, if any at all. Because it's like, it's supposed to be a survival horror type experience. And that zombie just kind of died, okay. And what's scarier than having a long stretch where you might have to redo stuff? I don't know. Like, there's definitely more tension if it feels like there's more at stake, and wasting a lot of time certainly feels like a lot is at stake. And it's not really like an unfair challenge either. It's just you have to be careful. Are there any more bats? Alright, cool. I believe also in this whole section there's only like 2 or 3 pieces of chocolate and they don't respawn. You know what I should have done? I should have cleared out the zombies along the whole path, and I didn't do that. So I'm just gonna have this key, and I'm not gonna be able to take out my double-barrel boy, hopefully for the last time. But, I don't know, we're just gonna wing it. And that is my new philosophy with Let's Plays, is let's just wing it. Like chicken wings. There was some stupid animation that got on the front page of Newgrounds recently, where it's just some dog in a wheelchair, I guess, and the dog in a wheelchair is telling a racist joke about, I don't remember what the punchline was, but it had something to do with wings, and then after that he says, like, chicken wings, and then continues to roll away. And there's bats everywhere. I was one of you not long ago. Can you stop I've never had this happen before, because I've always cleared out this section of all the bats and stuff beforehand. So, I don't honestly know how this is going to pan out. I've never seen them circle me before like that. Alright, where'd the key go? I guess the key just buggered off. Good. Okay, new strategy. Let's clear out everything before we carry the key around. It's possible that I can just shoot the bats. But, I'm gonna shoot them with the crossbow, because the crossbow is cool. Where are you? Where are you, Mr. Bat? Or Mrs. Bat? I don't know what the sexes are of bats. I don't know if they're like snails where they're just female. Is that right? And you over there. Good. We are most certainly getting our spook on today. Whatever that means. Also, are these books just really dusty, or are they hidden behind glass? It looks like they might be hidden behind some really dusty glass. Okay, can I bop to the side? What? What just happened? Was the key supposed to go away? Do I still have the key and it's just not visible? Okay, I'm gonna keep going and see if that's what happened. Because I feel like I should still have the key. No, I don't. What the heck? Does the key just disappear if you fall a short distance? Alright, let me see if that key is still there and it's just like where I was a second ago. What? Never mind. That what? Strange things are happening to me. Okay. The key is just there again, for some reason. I have no idea what happened. It just decided to disintegrate from the material sphere, and now it's back here. Completely unexplained. I'm just gonna hope that that doesn't happen again, and if it does, then I will definitely clear out all the zombies beforehand, and then just probably cut to myself being near the door. Because this has never happened to me before. Alright. Is anything strange going to happen now? Thankfully the zombies are somewhat slow. I know there's one to the left here and it's going to try to scare us, but I am used to the jump scares, so you can't get me. I played too much Five Nights at Freddy's. And according to some people, not enough Five Nights at Freddy's, but I don't care. So here's one key down. Which, as we discover, of course, is the wrong key. We have a short period of gameplay and then another cutscene, and then we are back to gameplay again. There's a zombie back there who was kind of chasing after me. I'm gonna ignore that. Alright, gonna start being more careful, because I don't want another instance of key debauchery. That's definitely not the right word. If I can't think of the right word, I will just say very much the wrong word, and everyone will be flamboyant. There you go. There's another horribly wrong word for you. That is the most hyperactive looking Conker. Just that really takes the, that really accents the eyes. Whatever makeup you have on there. Super fluffy werewolf Conker. Could be a werewolf. Yeah, okay, it's a girl zombie just sinks into the ground. That's nice. Thinking about more horror films, there's that Rings one that is coming out. If it's not already out. It might be out, but it might not be. Of course, if it's out, why would you want to watch it? Because if you watch it, then you die 7 days later. Not really, of course. I did enjoy that prank that, I saw on Twitter Moments, where I don't know if it's the actual girl from the movie, but it's someone at least who looks like the girl in the movie, climbing out of a TV at a TV store, as someone is saying, "Hey, look at all these TVs. You see this trailer? Doesn't it look so real? Doesn't it look like it could just pop out at you?" And then the girl pops out, and then people freak out and run away. Which is kind of great. The only thing about that is, like, if... I know it's a prank, and it's supposed to be sort of useless, but what does that do for the business at the TV place? Like, nobody who's very far away from the TV place, that specific one, is gonna come up and say, Oh, hi, I came from Manhattan just to buy a TV from you because I saw this prank that you did online. It seems more likely that there are some people who are going to go to that TV place and then never go again because they got scared out of their minds for a brief moment. Or maybe people think it's fun and they just want to go to see more stuff like it. I don't know. I don't know how advertising works. I've never taken an advertising class. I might sometime. But, I don't know, I'm not terribly interested in such things, I guess. Just sort of play advertising myself by ear, I suppose. The only thing I don't really like about this section, besides the weird key nonsense from earlier, is the fact that if you shoot a zombie from far away, it doesn't register as actually hitting them in the head. You have to be a certain closeness, like, maybe not point-blank range. Well, maybe point-blank range, actually. Because, yeah, I'm shooting it in the head, but it's not dying. But if I shoot it at the head whenever it's closer, then it's okay. I guess that just makes it scarier, you know, because you can't fully get rid of the threat until it's, like, close enough to do harm to you. So I guess it's fine. Here's a hedge maze that's not really a maze. Kind of like the hedge maze in... or the wooden log wall maze in Bubble Gloop Swamp that isn't actually a maze. Yeah, it's Count Conkula. There it is right there. That's his actual name. Once again, terrible name. I don't know what would be an improvement. Like, just something that rhymes with Drac would be good, but I can't think of any puns on squirrels that would really fit. I tried looking up words related to squirrels for video titles recently, and I couldn't find much of anything. Because, like, what are you going to use? There's squirrel, there's, like, a marmot is a different kind of squirrel. But it doesn't look like a squirrel. And then you have, I don't know, maybe nuts, acorns. You could use acorns for something. Maybe fur, like furry. That's about it. There's not much you can work with for squirrels. But I did eventually find the phrase, "He ain't got the brains God gave a squirrel," is an idiom that I found on that idiom dictionary site, which I forget the name of. But that was just too perfect for the last segment. Or the segment with the zombies, whenever they were introduced. Oh my gosh. I'm suddenly getting that weird feeling that you get whenever you've been staring at a screen too long, where all the water in Hoover Dam is building up behind your eyes all at once. So yeah, that's a thing that's kind of distracting me. Thank you for randomly stopping, zombie. I didn't particularly want you eating my face. Just yet. Maybe later, after you've had your broccoli. Then you can eat my face for dinner. Or for dessert. There's a good noise. We're going to be hearing that a lot more later whenever we push blocks. It's going to be awesome. I don't know if that's nails on a chalkboard, but it's something kind of like that. I don't really mind the noise of the ladder that we just heard, but I'm sure that there are people who do. Speaking of noises that I hate, I was recently reminded of my hatred for paper shredding, because I was hearing, I guess my mom shredding papers in the other room. And it's an automatic paper shredder that's, I guess, electric. You just put in the paper and it does everything automatically. But I remember as a young bab, we had a whole lot of paper that needed shredding. Like, because there were 8 of us in the house, 6 kids and the 2 parents, and all of us got mail, except me, I guess. I didn't really get mail, but that was a lot of paper that would build up over the course of a year. Enough to where if you just put in papers into the shredder constantly, it takes hours and hours and fills up 2 or 3 humongous trash bags. I think I was usually the one in charge of that. I was the one tasked with putting all the paper through the shredder because it was just, I don't know, something that, well, everyone else was doing other things, maybe. I'm not really sure exactly what the reason was, but it felt like torture because it just took so freaking long and it was really boring, and I just grew to hate that noise of not that I can imitate the sound of a paper shredder, but yeah, now I just automatically hate the noise by principle. Actually, if I remember correctly... Wait, is that the door over there? That's the door. There might be another way that I could get to it, but I am going to say... Usually what I do with this part is I jump across the blood pipes, as they are probably not called, but that's what I will call them. I remember getting stuck on this part because I didn't know how to jump with the key, which is something that you can't do, but it turns out you don't need to. So I'm not really sure what I was stuck on. I think I just kind of didn't know where I was going. But yeah, we are approaching the end of a very long point with no checkpoints. It is not especially difficult. You just have to know what you're doing, and evidently I did not.
Finally.